So it was this day when Queen Elizabeth of England died. She was 96 years old, so it should be taken as she was blessed to have so many years. I I say that to people that about their birthdays. I say that's a great congratulations to be so old, because there is so many that doesn't come up in any age. They die as babies or teenagers. So we are blessed that can reach up high up in age. So that was what I congratulate people when they have birthdays. I don't congratulate people on birthday because it have not been so important for me, as I have not had any celebration on my birthday for 22 years. So I have been sitting alone here. Not here, but in other places on my birthday. And sometimes I have bought a birthday cake for me. And also gifts to mark that day, but I don't do that anymore. But maybe this year will be different because I'm going to be in Israel on my birthday, December 9. I want to tell you that is sending me money. I don't know who you are because it doesn't say that on my bank account. It does say nothing more than that the money is sent, and God knows who you are, and it can be like God is sending me money without any person is there. It can happen, but mostly do I think that God make someone think about me and sending me money. And today I bought some food for my weekend. I do that every Friday because I can drive to the store and get the food outside the building, and it cost me no money, and I get cheap food also, special cheap food also. So I know I have written to that manager for the big store about if I, as a retired, if I could get some lower price on the food. So he had given me. So it's only to drive to the grocery store and they come out with the food, so I don't need to drive in where all these people are. Because it have started to be more in the news now about COVID-19, and they want people to take their 5th injection against COVID-19. But I hope it will not be any stop on the border to Israel, on my way to Israel. But whatever happens, it's easy when you believe in God. It's easy because that's his will. Whatever will happen, if I can't come into Israel, then it's God's will that I should not come in to Israel. So it's easy. I don't need to think about it in that way. That it's not on me. It's the spirit world that if they want me to do something, then they also help me to do those things. And they have done that many times. When I have traveled, they have helped me. And so I can see it, that they have helped me. It's not that only that I say it. It's something they have done in front of my eyes. And I have talked about that to you in other episodes when what have happened. And but today it was special. It was very special because I'm going to remember this day because Queen Elizabeth died today, and it was my first day in school today, and I am in the class to learn about how the Jewish people come to Sweden and what happened to those people in Sweden when they come. It was not allowed to come into Sweden first because it was only Lutherans that should live here in Sweden. No other. It was some small sects up in the north that was allowed to live in Sweden. Because up in the north there is not really border. There is 3 countries that is together, so they couldn't limit it there. But it was only a small sect, some small sects. And but there was no allowed to come in there because it was Lutheran, Catholic should only live. Lutheran and Catholic, they go hand in hand. So they were not allowed to come in. So today the teacher was telling me about the Jewish people when they come. And all these people that he was talking about was my ancestors. And even if I didn't know that in my family tree, some of them, but when he was talking about the Jewish history in Sweden, it was these people that I had in my family tree, but I didn't know they were Jewish. So it's been more and more clear that it's not many that is mixed of other than it's Jewish people, because one limit here in Sweden was that it was not Lutheran church but the Jewish group. They it was forbidden for them to marry someone, a Lutheran person. And it was after 1863 they could start to marry someone that is not Jewish. So that is very good to have that limit when a couple is married before 1863, and you know that one of that couple is Jewish, then you know that the other was Jewish also. So that's very good to have learned now. And then I asked the teacher how to find you Jewish lines here in Sweden when they come to Sweden, the Jewish people. Most of them changed their names to be more Swedish names. So it's very hard to find how to know who was Jewish. And he said that he wanted to explain for me, and he said that I should write him an email, so could he look at it, what's in my lines, because I say, everyone you are talking about here in the lesson is related to me. All of them I have in my family tree. I say to him that, and he be very surprised that I had all these famous, wealthy people, and I say I have a mix of royals and Jewish in my family tree. That's what I have. But how can I tell them something come into me? It was like a hack in my talking here. I'll see what's going on. I say that I want to live in Israel. How can I do that when they want to know the names on papers, and I can't tell them because they have those Jewish that come to Sweden for 200 years ago. They changed their name to be more like Swedish names, and I have talked about this, how it was changed before about 1850. Before that, it was, we got the surname was, we got the surnames after what our father, his first name. It's, if his name was Anders, then we got the surname Andersson, and or it could be Anders' daughter. That means Anders' son, or Anders' son, daughter and son, daughter and son. That's what it was. And when the Jewish people come and their name was Isaac, for example, Jewish name Isaac, then their children got the name Isaacson. Isaac's son or Isaac's daughter. So it changed. So, but I hope that my teacher, that I saw that he was Jewish, that he can help me and have some solution for me. I'm going to write him a letter, email in the weekend now to see what he's saying about it, because he is doing his family tree, so maybe he have much answer for me. So then was it, I think I have not talked about it, that I was to optical to look at my eyes if I need stronger eyeglasses, and I'd be very bad in my brain of those machines they measure the eyes with, and my brain is already damaged of that a car drove over me and did make my brain be shaken. And now when I got the machine looking at in my eyes and this air push on the eyes, after that I say that to the optiker, I say, I be very bad in my brain. I can't hardly drive back home because my brain is so confused. And it have been since Saturday, and it is 5-6 days now, and suddenly in the daytime I see double. I can't see anything. It's like double seeing, and my brain be very, very tired, but only suddenly. And I am thinking about Israel to walk, and suddenly got that. I need to go to bed and sleep 1-2 hours when I get that, because it doesn't want to be clear my eyes. I can't see anything, so I can't watch television or my computer. I need to lay down and let the brain rest. And I wonder how it's gonna be in Israel if I have that still. So I'm going to a real eye doctor about my eyes. I must do something so I can walk in Israel on my own. I will say I go and ask the teacher also if he know some people that can help me in Israel, because he say that he's traveled to Israel sometimes, so he maybe know people there that can help me now when he's my teacher. So things are going in that, as I said before, I don't know anything, the future, but it's going on to until I take the flight, and I have to go take my my scooter with me to Israel if there will be, so I stay in Israel. And then I have the scooter with me to drive and not have to pay very expensive scooter in Israel. And it's more that everything is in the air. And tomorrow I'm going to get a call from the doctor about my pancreas. And one big sign came yesterday when I was to the doctor for my pancreas, and it's a young man, and it was not my pancreas, it was my psoriasis, my skin problem. And this new young doctor, I remember yesterday when he said that I'm thinking to take away your medicine and see what will happen if we take that away, he said to me. And and then I remember that he said that last time I met him, and then I could tell him something that make him not take away my medicine. And that's a medicine I have got since 2014. It's 8 years, and take away this medicine that I have told you. If I have not got that medicine, I should have been dead. So he want to kill me. And I say to him, that should not look so good if I come to Israel and have all this psoriasis that I had before in my face, and go to the hospital in Israel and have full of psoriasis in my face. I say to him, and then he say, oh, okay, you can get one more injection of the medicine in November before you go into Israel, he say, but then when you come back you will not have any medicine. So that's also a very big sign, because that was why I couldn't move to another country before, because I needed to go home and get the medicine every third month. But now I have this doctor telling me that I am not going to get my medicine. So that 3 months to come back home, it isn't there. So now I can stay in the country whenever for the rest of my life. So that is a very big sign what God wants me to do. And if I don't get the medicine, I have not got any medicine for my pancreas, and now I don't get the medicine for my psoriasis that causes much problem in my joint, and he's going to kill me in that way. But that is not God. He's a doctor. It's not what God wants it to be, that I'm going to be killed. It's another way for God to move me, So I know that it's a big sign that it's time for you to move to Israel. Or else, if I can't live in Israel, I'm going to live in Germany, because there in Germany is it even better with the medicine and the eyeglasses. It's for free when you live there. So, and I speak some German, so it's easy for me to pick up German language, as I have that in the background. I can speak, and I hear more than what I can speak. So it's okay, and then I have the English to talk with them. So I'm not going to be back in Sweden because they don't understand illness. I think they know that I'm going to die if they take away my medicines. But that is in their plan. It's make like an answer about COVID injection also, that this injection in the body that should not be there, and those new injections for those other COVID-19 versions, it's real DNA taking. So, but I don't need to be worried now about DNA because I have done my DNA. So it doesn't matter if they change it in me, but I am not going to take the that kind of medicine as long as I can stop it to come into my body. And so this I understand now what the spirit and the angel was talking about in the beginning of the podcast. I thought it should be about COVID-19 when they say it's going to be waves, more waves coming. This is only one of the waves that is coming. And then they say it's going to be even bigger than a wave. It's going to be a tsunami. And we see it now. It's that waves. It have with COVID-19 things to do. That's with the health problems, monkeypox and other things. Polio is starting to increase. Polio, and then all kind of COVID. But that was one kind of wave. Now we know that with electricity and the food, and it's have been in some parts of the world is it very dry, and in some parts is very much water that kill people, and it's waves on waves and waves and waves and waves. So, and it's gonna be a tsunami. So that tsunami have not been yet, but I think it's gonna. Those waves gonna be together in one tsunami in the end of it. and we are on our way in. We are in a tribulation now, and it's God was telling me that it started 2019 and it should be 7 years. So we are soon up in the peak, and the gas, and in Sweden they talk about to build nuclear plants because of Russia that stopped the pipelines, and people are angry or confused, and it have never been so many suicide in the world as it is today. And people take what they think is the easiest way to go out from all problems is suicide. But you don't know where you are going to be when you do suicide. That's not good. We have to stay here and try to survive and rely on those that we can't. I see it, but you can't see them. But you have to rely on those that is around us. That you believe in those that is around us, that they going to help us. It's a face of a man here, and I don't know what he's talking about yet. He's on his way to come, and it seems like he's belong to someone of you that is listen. He look like he's from our time. He have long hair. He have sundry color hair, and it's a flat, a little curly in the long hair going down on in his face and on his back, and I don't know what he want, because he look on the side, back and forward on the side, and like he want to be fun man. He's not young, he is not old. He's between 20 and 30, I say. More like 20 than 30. And he say that he's looking for someone called Kaiser, something like that he's saying. And he's coming out now from the pipe that he was in. And it was a trigger that I say the pipe about Russian. But he is not Russian. He's young, and he throwing something. He want to show that that's what it was when he lived. He's throwing some ball, or like the javelin those things. He say he was very good in that. I think it's a ball he throwing out far away, and I wonder what do you want to say how you come to this other side, because he know that he is dead, that he have going over to the other side, because he want to show me who he was when he lived, and he was some in the sport. He was some famous in the sport, and he had long hair, and he threw out the ball over the water, so it has something with the ball and the water about. And now he's showing me that he's on surfing board in the water. So he had much with sport to do, and I see that he have a body that is in fit, not much muscles, but he's slim only, but not too slim. So I asked him what his name is, but maybe he don't remember. But he say that Rolf or Roland, he say. I don't know if it belonged to that, because we don't have any names in heaven, so it can happen that they don't know their names. That they have in the past when they live here on earth. But he said, tell Karen, he's saying, when he threw the ball in the same time, he say, tell Karen. So I have to ask him, what should I tell Karen? They say, I say, he threw in this ball over a beach, and he say, tell Karen I am here, and I'm feeling fine. Everything is okay. I love this life, he say. He means the life after death. And he say, I don't need to do those things that you told me that I needed to do those things that a normal person do, and I was not interested of it, and now I don't need to do it. We don't have this that we have work to do. We don't need to be accepted of other people, like it's in this world that when you are in heaven there is love for each other, and if you are a little odd or unique in your way to live, that's okay. It's accepted in heaven. But it can be hard here on earth to be odd, to not be like other people want you to be. And your mother is saying you need to calm down and be like a normal person, because you can't meet someone in your life to be together with and have a family when you are like you are in your lifestyle. But that doesn't need in heaven. You don't need to be together with someone for to get the family, because there is no children to do in heaven. The children is already done, and the what's in heaven is that everyone is a family. It's not only this limit that we have here on earth, that the children belongs to those parents. It's not like that in heaven. Everyone is like a family. So you don't need those things that is on earth, that you need to pretend to be someone only for to get a husband or wife. You don't need this kind of must things that you need to do and say and be perfect to get a family, a partner, and be success in your job, get a job, or whatever this things you need to do here on earth, that is gone when you are in heaven. Those doesn't matter in heaven. So he is leaving now, holding a big ball over his head and play with it when he's walking away. I think you know who it was, you that you have a connection with this young man. It was not long time ago he left Earth. I think it's pretty close to till today, like that. He may be been gone for some month, not years, maybe some month. So thank you for listening, and God bless you. And we receive what the doctor is talking to me about tomorrow about my pancreas, and if she can give me the papers for to show in Israel, those papers, or if she doesn't want to do it, then I have to do it another way. It's this that if things not going straight ahead and you receive things, then there is lots of ways you can take. You can take another turn and go for another solution. Don't stand still if you get no to something. Look around you and see what else you can do instead of that. There is option. There is ways to go. You don't need to stand still and take it. You can do your own choose and decision and not let say this, that it have stopped me. Nothing can stop you if you make up in your mindset, in your mind, to do something and success with it. You can do it. So God bless you, and thank you for today.